Pick Central, joined by Morty and Big Ev, myself, and Smitty. Brought to you by DraftKings. Get ready for a night full of big fights and big action. It's UFC 303. It can be even bigger. Jump in on all the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a fighter to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your fighter, and place your first bet. It's that simple. The light heavyweight title is on the line in the main event, but there are so many more amazing matchups happening in Vegas. And speaking of amazing, if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Get that big fight feel only on DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Ev, is that a good card Saturday?
Yeah, very good card. International Fight Week, big 303. He's a big time main event. Co-main event's honestly like the people's main event. Ortega and Lopez. It's a tough one for me. We've had Ortega on twice. The interview just dropped with him on Spinning Back Fits yesterday, so check that out on YouTube and Rumble and all that. But Lopez, anyone who's like you're a Spinning Back Fits guy, Lopez is like my guy from like day one. So I'm torn here, but the fight's gonna be incredible. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. Main card's really, really good. Ian Gary, Michael Venom Page. Dana always kills it for International Fight Week, so very excited. Like going to AC, very excited.
Oh, nice! It's in AC.
No, I'm going. I got invited like a watch party thing there.
All right,
so
nice.
Got a room for the weekend.
All right, enjoy it. Let's start with the Panthers and the Oilers. Panthers Stanley Cup champions.
I wasn't gonna say a word to see what
he just smiles.
You got nothing else.
Tough for McDavid. Close game. Good series.
I watched it. The Oilers had some chances. They were fucking exhausted. You could even look at the last 2 minutes of the game, right? The last 2 minutes of the game. All right,
I guess we're having trouble.
What?
Oh, we're having trouble with the main mic.
The last, I don't know if you guys saw the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I watched the whole third period.
Yeah,
It's gonna be okay.
They
It's gonna be okay.
So basically at the end, right? Like they were like, wait, you could tell how exhausted McDavid was. McDavid was fucking dying on the court. You look like a mess, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Your head.
There we go. That grimace.
I just think that the Oilers were fucking dead, and they missed out on some opportunities. That one of them, Bobrovsky, he was out of the net on one of them.
The one who was flailing around.
He
didn't have a stick.
I've never related more. If I caught myself belly up on the ice, I might never get up.
No.
They might have to get a forklift out there to get me up. When he was rolling around out there, I was like, oh my god, I can't even. I just initially pictured myself. I was like, I'd be flailing around. The guy's an incredible athlete. Even he's flailing around for a second. He's got no stick. He's like he's just trying to stay in front of the net.
Yeah, and one of them McDavid had right in front of the net, and they got him. It's just the Panthers, I guess, deserved it. Not really. I don't know.
It goes both ways. Where I said like when the Oilers lost, it gave me like end of Friday Night Lights vibes.
Yeah,
where like you had this incredible comeback, all this. That's what sports is, like so close yet so far.
I got confused by that because they won the state championship at the end of the final Friday Night Lights.
TV show, not the movie.
Yeah, the movie they did.
Talk movie.
Gotcha.
We're always going to talk movie.
Movie is if you're like
the book they lost.
If you're a men, like they like the movie.
No.
Boys like the TV show better.
Little boy Schmitty over there.
Men like the movie.
I'll tell you what.
Both are fantastic, but the movie is better.
He needs a commercial break to eat his cereal balls.
I will give you full credit on that statement if you can tell me what Giants linebacker was in the book on the opposing.
Jesse Armstead.
Okay.
Over Dallas Carter.
Okay.
Come on, bro. That
I'm just making sure.
That movie is like my Bible growing up.
I watched it.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
It's the best football movie of all time.
I'm not hating the movie. I'm just saying I prefer. I like the
night
TV
before.
show.
Yeah.
Everyone.
In college, yeah, every night.
Crazy.
Friday night.
I like it.
I probably watch it.
like it.
Like you go to bed, you put it on Friday night, and you go to bed.
I don't hate it.
And you wake up Saturday, you have a game.
When they come out the fucking tunnel for this, like just juice.
That music.
The speech before the game and the halftime speech, both like all timers.
But yeah, the Stanley Cup. It was Perry. Was it Perry? 4 teams. He's been on 4 teams and
Oh.
lost all 4. All 4. Like good. Like I don't want that guy ever to win. I don't know anything about him. I will never want him to win. I want him to be on every team. Though.
Why? Just because of the stat?
Yeah, it's funny. Like he's just in the Stanley Cup, but it's because it's not like it's like he's on the same team every year.
Oh, he just
going.
gets hot and
He's
makes
kind
it
of just
run.
going to a good team and getting there and losing. Like if he was always the same one.
Didn't they have a problem with him? Wasn't he the guy with Patrick Kane? Not Patrick Kane. McDavid?
Is he?
Not McDavid.
You're ringing a bell. Isn't he known for being kind of a dick?
Yeah, he was the guy with
Yeah, I
the.
don't
Who was
think-
the one with the
no
young
one-
with the
everyone
mom?
was
Who was the one with the mom?
Oh,
The
was that him? Maybe
Is that him?
Or is that just a rumor as well? I don't want to.
I don't know either, but
But still, I don't think anyone likes him. I do think like, because even like Chicklets people last night were like, "Oh shucks, he lost again." Like,
So it must be a dick or
Yeah.
something.
Bedard.
yeah, that was him,
I
right?
thought that was a rumor though. It
No,
might
that
be
was
true.
confirmed. The
Was it
internet
true?
said
It was true.
The internet
no,
said it.
said it.
Can we the McDavid thing though? Quick, the one that everyone's talking about that he like blew it. I don't think it was nearly as like the net wasn't just wide. Like it wasn't like people
No.
are acting like he just had the puck right in front, like an empty net essentially.
You know what they're acting like? They're acting like it was Ben Simmons right in front of the basket,
yes.
not shooting.
Or like he just whiffed. Like it wasn't that.
I'm just saying that's like because it was right in front, and he's like his stick just didn't go, but they lifted it up. Like they didn't. He didn't just not shoot it. Like they fucking. got
Someone
it.
dove in front. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it wasn't just like people acting like the goalie was out of the net and it was just right there for him to just like flip it in.
Yeah, they didn't do it. But also, the reason why they're even in this situation is because of McDavid. Everyone's kind of going against him. McDavid's the best.
Didn't he win the MVP without them
Yes.
winning the title?
So,
That's
but my
crazy.
under so it's
Wait.
the like MVP of the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a playoff.
So it is a little
Not
bit
the Stanley
different.
Cup.
Yeah.
It still leaves such a weird as a sportsman just left a weird.
It's a
taste
weird
in my mouth.
taste. Yeah.
I think
When they said it was going to be him, and the crowd starts booing him. They literally, I don't know what they were chanting. I was gonna.
Did he come back
They-
out for it?
No, that's what I was. I thought he was
I
going to
wouldn't-
awkwardly come back out and just
I
like
wouldn't do
take
that.
the trophy. He didn't, which I
At
thought
that
was the
point,
right
though,
thing.
why boo him?
Well, they were
shit
in
out
they were
of
in the away arena.
I'd have
They
booed
won
him.
though.
I'd
No,
boo the
but
shit out
I'd be like, give it to my guy. Like if you were a Mets, if you imagine like
okay.
Mets playing somebody in the World Series and they give it to a guy on the other team.
But I'd be like, they won that's the difference in the series. They won the individual award. We win the team award.
But think they're presenting.
I wouldn't be that mad. I wouldn't be that mad, and I wouldn't
Crazy.
boo him.
I'd boo the
I'd be
fuck out of
furious.
you. Because
Even if he deserves it, I'd be furious.
one, you should never. The losing team should never get it. I don't care. Yes, he did deserve it. 100% deserved it. But just give it to the winning team. Give it to Bobrovsky. Like he was the guy that everyone said was going to get it before, especially because I think he didn't get it because they blew the 3-0 lead for a little bit. But like everyone, just give it to him. He's the goalie. He was the best player on your team right there.
Gotta love the Flyers go for decades trying to find a franchise goalie, and then Bobrovsky leaves Philadelphia and then just wins.
Yeah.
He was on the Jackets when I was in college. Watching
He was
quite a
good.
bit at the-
And he was good with the Jackets.
They loved him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the fan favorite.
Your guys' mic's on back there, by the way.
I don't think Smitty's was on.
Yeah, but
I don't know what's
No, the
going on.
mics are just fucked.
Yeah, mine doesn't need to be on.
I just,
Here
I
comes
just,
the
I just
entire
bla-
tech
yeah, I
team.
just blasted it. I don't know. It's
The
like-
entire tech team is coming in now. Look at this.
Hey,
Just-
tech guy Andrew gets shit done.
He does. but-
That's our best guy.
I will say this though. I want to take back some statements I made yesterday. Nicky Smokes don't get it.
So hold on. So
He don't get
I
it.
want to bet. I think he half gets it. So they talk about in the rundown a little bit. I saw, and I think he doesn't, in the sense of like asking for like money and shit. And like, that part, I think he didn't get it.
I didn't watch the rundown. This
So
is me like
They're saying when he's like negotiating and stuff, I think that part he's like dumb. But I think I think initially he had reservations about going from just like the mush aspect of it. But I don't think he truly was like, I can't believe I have to go. Like I think there was some parts of it that he was in on.
some yes, but even today Dave was like, "This is the lowest championship merch we've ever sold." Ever after a team has won, and he's like smoking a black and mild, saying, "I'm going to get fucked up." But like,
But that part he doesn't get. That's
I don't
that's
think
fair.
he gets
No,
that
that's
part.
fair. Nicky, I mean,
It is a Florida.
yeah,
hockey.
is there a least popular Barstool team to win a championship
No,
as far as fans? Like, is it like that's a legitimate? I'm not defending Nicky Smokes.
No.
Is that a legitimate question?
It's a Florida hockey team.
Yeah.
I don't think
Even the Lightning have like a fan base now because they've been
they do.
pretty good for decades. And they just
Honestly,
went
if
on a
you
run.
asked like anybody where actually the Florida Panthers are located in Florida, I don't think they could tell you.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
Maybe
a
like if
weird
San
spot.
I
Jose
just know
won a
they're in
cup
like
or
South
something.
Florida.
What?
Maybe if like San Jose won a cup, even if like Columbus won a cup, I think it'd be like a cult thing where you can move merch there.
Yeah, the Ohio people would get behind.
Yeah.
it, I think.
but
Especially if they've
Miami,
been bad. So
Miami
It's a good
buying
sports
merch,
town.
No.
Yeah.
Florida
Yeah.
Panthers.
So yeah, for hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just fun. Like, it is funny where like he definitely doesn't fully get it, and then you and Clemmer going back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm breaking his balls.
You guys are.
I've liked breaking his balls about it. Also,
there's
that
like half seriousness to both of you too, which is also making it
100%.
funny.
I'm not like that. I just more like to break his balls because I think I said to him all that we know how he is. He likes to be like the smartest guy in the room all the time. So I like to break his balls about it a little bit. The second clip, Stooley's Clubhouse sent me the second clip. So I said like that where he like made he did like a bit sarcastic joke. I think they're kind of like the same thing. He was like, oh, like I wonder how Jeff D'Lo is so tan. And Stooley Clubhouse sent it to me. It was like, it would be a shame if I was like, it's not bad. So I posted. It was like Chris Clemmer does not do bits. Like he really does not do bits. And he was like, oh, like that's a joke, not a bit. Like kind of.
Yeah.
Thing. I was like, they're.
Two of the
In a
same.
joke, they're pretty much the same thing.
I wrote a blog on his handshake. I don't know if we can get it up now because it's technically.
It was incredible.
But his dad,
So funny.
like it just wasn't. Human.
Fingers just keep going.
It wasn't human. It was
Well, he's
alien.
never dapped up anybody.
No.
Especially not a black guy with a do-rag.
Especially not a black guy.
It's funny. So I told him I was writing it. I'm like, yo, check it out. I think it's harmless. And he starts arguing me about a line I put in there about him not being an improv guy.
See, but that's why I like breaking his balls because when you say he's not a bits guy, he gets so frustrated, and that's what makes it funny. Like that's what makes it funny is he gets like so upset about it, and it's so like it's just like so playful, but he takes it so serious.
Yeah.
Like that's what I said. I was saying to Jack yesterday when you say the word bit to Clemmer, he thinks it's like derogatory.
Yeah.
Bits are like I have no issue with bits. Like people do bits.
He
around
thinks
all
you're
the time.
he thinks you're a 1989 stand-up doing peanut on airlines jokes,
Yeah.
and you say you're doing
Well,
it.
there's a difference of.
Like he's like, I don't pretend. I'm like, people were joking like you pretend to be Johnny Carson on your stream.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean you don't pretend? Like he's like, oh, like I'm saying like, and like I love Clemmer. It's more I just when he talks at each side of his mouth, I'm like, hey Clemmer, you're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
And he's not here to defend himself.
That's why I hate. Like he knows I would say it to him. That's why I don't mind.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's not defending.
Oh, he wants to defend it tomorrow.
Like we're gonna do.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
You're gonna have a bit
tomorrow.
off.
So what's
I'm sure
we
he
might as
does.
well. Like I know what he means in bit wise, where
I'm
like
very happy they moved up my doctor's appointment to tomorrow then for that.
some people
It gets
people
heated
do
quick.
bits where it's like, all right, this is lame. You know, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
We should go all in and just like take every single thing that could be a bit of his and just put it on there and say Chris Clemmer's buffet of bits.
We should just like do the wheel tomorrow, and like we should do like
Which Chris Clemmer bit do you want to see now?
we should all like go around the city and get some purple hats for him. And
Yeah, get
see
some
We should
purple
get like
hats.
orange hats.
orange hats.
Yeah.
He'll be
Fake fart
so
noises.
mad.
It was funny how he was like, "I'm actually getting a purple hat. It's not a bit." He's like, "I'm literally physically getting a purple
Well,
hat."
that was
his
like
defense.
that's my point. Like, Gord, that's where we're at on this like back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, he'll say he's wrong about like if his sports take is wrong or something, but stuff like that, he'll be like, no, like he'll be firm on that.
Tell him he's not being fair.
I'm excited. I'm excited for him to come.
He might just like swing on me when he comes in.
No, he'll never. He'll never go.
It's like I could tell he started getting mad. He tried to make a
he's
joke
mad.
he tried to make the sarcastic joke that I'm like not funny. Like, oh, you're big hysterical.
Rico, with your good hand, how do you think Chris Clemmer would throw a punch?
I don't even know.
Oh, I think
it's how Stu
I think it's
Feiner
like
throws
this.
a punch. You ever see Stu do his face like his funny like when he's fighting?
Yeah, exactly. yeah. You
It
think-
looks like a toy, an action toy.
Yeah.
His knuckle would hit your face like this.
Yeah.
and then every bone would shatter from his fingertips up to his shoulder.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Tomorrow's gonna be definitely some.
I'm a good guy.
fireworks in the air.
Good guy, Chris Clemmer.
I love Clemmer.
That's not a bit.
Oh, I love Clemmer. That's why it's funny.
He
That's
might
why
hate me right now, but
That's why it's great for
I
the
love
show because tomorrow's going to be some fireworks. But yeah, the Stanley Cup, I guess. I think you're right with the Florida part. I don't think anyone gives a fuck.
No.
Wasn't he tweeting out that there were more Edmonton's fans there?
A lot of people were saying
Yeah.
that. A lot of Oilers
He was
fans
tweeting
there.
out that the crowd was being pussy.
Yeah, direct
And
quote.
I'm like, what? It's also like you shouldn't say that, but I don't know. It's crazy, but it was an exciting game. I liked the game. This was probably, I would say this was one of the best NHL playoffs they've had in a long time.
I mean, the last like 10 minutes of the game, it felt like they were just in front of the Panthers' net the entire time.
Yes.
It felt like it would get cleared out and then it would just come right back, and it just was over and over and over the last like 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
He still pulled his goalie too late.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
And they also were really taking their time at the end with 50 seconds left.
I thought the same
I know
thing.
they
but
have to wait
I
to
guess
get
you're
their-
trying to set up a good.
You're
I don't know
trying to
hockey,
set it up,
well
but
enough,
sometimes you just you only got two cracks at it.
What's like when you going back to what you said at the beginning with like McDavid and the Oilers guys getting tired, what's like the longest, like what's an average shift?
45 seconds.
What's like the longest shift someone's like ever gonna do?
It shouldn't
At
be
one
longer-
time.
It shouldn't be longer than like 2 minutes.
Because I feel like even I saw they said like, oh, McDavid's been on the ice for X amount of time, and there was a little break in action. He was on the bench and he went right, like, because I'm thinking he sits on the bench. I'm like, there's a minute 35 left, but there was like a timeout. He basically just sat down and got up with no like.
Yeah.
There was just a pause in
Shifts are
action.
not very long.
That's the biggest discrepancy since I knew nothing about hockey until I somewhat know like a little bit. I still know nothing about hockey for the most part, but I was shocked to learn officially how little the shifts are.
Yeah.
Like that, it's
Literally,
not
like-
long.
Yeah, we had the
45
cold
seconds.
take. I think
Yeah.
right before Memorial Day, we were talking about just how little they're on the ice, and then how the best guys still score the goals.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 45 seconds. You think about it.
I don't think is it that what a shift is? Shift is a little longer than 45 seconds.
Not
They're
much,
trying
man.
to keep it. They try
Yeah.
to keep. Obviously, it's gonna like sometimes you can't control
Right.
it. If there's an icing, you can't change and stuff. Like if
Just think how fed they go 100% when they're out there all the
Yeah.
time. Think
Yeah.
how much.
Oh no, I agree. I totally agree.
100%.
Yeah. So Dave loses that future. The run kind of, I don't want to say comes to an end, but the run hits a speed bump, first speed bump of the year. It's
No
already
speed bump. No speed
it's
bump.
June. He rotates, and now he puts $200,000.
200 to win. I think
200,000
1.4.
to wins 1.4 plus 600 on the Philadelphia Phillies.
Mhm.
Smitty, that is your team. I'll give you the floor.
It is. It's from a gambling perspective. It's a great bet. You see Dave's winnings. The big game hunter. I know we can't get up right now at the tech, but he's won $6.9 million worth of bets from big game hunting in less than the past year. I think the earliest would have been the
I think
Michigan.
Bama, Michigan. I think
Yeah.
was the.
Yeah.
That was the
So
earliest.
like right
6.9
before the
million.
holiday.
Yeah.
And the only one he's really lost, correct me if I'm wrong, was the Edmonton one, which took the game 7.
Right.
The big
Which
one.
was a
yeah, I think that was
future,
only
yeah.
big one. he
The
lost, yeah.
big game hunting. And his next one is the Phillies at plus 600. I mean, I feel good about that.
You're
They've
never
got-
going to get the Phillies in any series plus 600.
No. You're not.
Not even close.
It's gonna get. Assuming everyone's healthy going into the playoffs, that's the best price you're gonna get
Right.
from now until the playoffs
Yep.
by far. But Dave is seeing the board so well that I love that. Absolutely. As well as we talked about yesterday, Bryce Harper plus 240 yesterday. It's already plus 200 now. He goes out, hits another dinger last night, 2 doubles, 3 hits. It's at plus 200. That's the best price you're probably going to get Bryce Harper MVP all year, and it's only going to go down. Ohtani, I think, is minus 105 right now. But with Dave, it's a smart bet. It just is a smart bet. It's going to come down to the playoffs and being healthy, and obviously I hope it works out well because, I mean, Dave wins, Barstool wins, Phillies win, I win.
I hope Dave loses, but Rico with the Phillies. I hope he loses with the Phillies because the Yankees. If the Yankees don't win this year, I'm gonna have a tough.
I
tough.
was saying we are with this future now. I mean, me, Rowan, and Smitty talked about it like 2 weeks ago. I feel like we are just on a crash course.
Oh, it's going to be Yankees,
Yankees,
Phillies, World
Phillies,
Series.
and now it already would have been chaos.
What is the
without Davis.
what is the cast for that? Who would that entail on the Philly side?
So it'd be me, Roan, Max, Kate,
Like Connor Griffin's a big
Connor
Right.
Griffin.
Phillies fan.
Me, Ev, Hubs,
Yeah,
Tommy.
Tom.
I think you would still get. I think you could get Paige on that roster too. I don't know about
Already
a
on the
stream, but
block.
she's
Yeah.
a big Phillies fan as well. So like add that to the mix.
Bobby. Yeah, we'd have a.
You would have you, and then obviously the New York crew.
Yeah, me, Ev,
Like Frank
Tommy,
Frank
Hubs.
Evie's around.
Right.
I'll bring back Radio Bren.
So that's a full
I
like.
actually miss
yeah.
Radio Brennan.
Ray Brennan was real.
Psychopath.
Besides Hubs, he might have been like the biggest Yankees
was a
fan of
psychopath.
the crew.
Yeah.
That's a full like 6-on-6.
Yeah, and then throw Dave in it, just a whole nother.
Oh, Dave, I
Right.
mean, you'll have pink hat Phillies fans coming out of the fucking woodwork. I mean, remember 2 years ago it was me, Roan, Kate, and Max. So take that for what's worth against Tico.
Well, Yankees also.
With me and Max, they're solo for Game 6.
Sometimes the Yankees, there was some we'd find people in the Yankees shirt,
Yeah.
like where did everyone come from? I don't care.
I mean, Dave,
Robbie's
Dave's
always
involved.
Robbie's my favorite. Like admittedly,
Oh, Robbie will say
like
it.
he likes even the Knicks. He shows up with the phone finger.
Yeah.
Playoff time.
Yeah, but if you admit it, okay.
That's why I know. And Robbie, he doesn't take it serious.
Oh,
But if you try to be a Coleman in here and pretend like you're a
Oh,
Yankees
yeah.
fan,
Yeah.
notorious.
Don't-
He's probably the one who would get the most flack
Uh,
if it comes down to it.
Yes.
Marty and Ev, who wore number 4 for the New York Yankees?
The way he was like, he was
Mayo? How is it? How does it be pronounced? DiMaggio?
That was 5, not 4.
Oh wow, I'm even off.
he was like this. Like when he didn't know. The one that got me was Joe Torre. Not knowing Joe Torre.
You gotta know Joe. So you gotta know he
Didn't know he existed.
Mixed up 4 and
Sometimes,
5.
sometimes like old numbers, I could give a little flack. You shouldn't, but like not knowing number 42 or know who number 99 is now is one of the craziest things I've
I
ever.
mean, being a Yankees fan and not knowing just like the single digit.
From an outsider Yankee fan. Okay, 3 Ruth. I don't know who 4 is. 5 DiMaggio.
4
Mantle
is Garrick,
7.
obviously. I fucked that up.
Got it. 2 Jeter.
Yeah.
What are the big ones?
Do they have a 1 retired?
One's Rizzuto.
Yeah,
1 was Rizzuto.
Yeah,
Who's 4? Sorry.
Garrick.
Eric.
They can't get 6, right?
He's Torrey.
Torrey was 6.
7 Mantle.
Mandel.
7 Mantle.
8 Yogi Berra. 9 Roger Maris.
So they do have everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was one?
Rizzuto.
Phil.
Or Rizzuto.
I'm not questioning. I don't know who that is. I don't think.
Phil Rizzuto.
Phil
is his
Rizzuto?
name.
I don't think I would know who that is.
Old school. Old school.
Yeah, it's-
dude.
Yeah, way old.
Holy cow.
But the crazy Smitty,
Seinfeld.
he didn't know what team beat the Yankees when they were up 3-0. That's crazy. The whole world. If you don't know who, if you're not a Yankee fan, you know who won those. It was crazy. But actually, last night was I'm not going to talk too much about the Cubs because
1 was Billy
again.
Martin, not Rizzuto.
Come on, man.
Rizzuto
What
was
is 10?
10.
10?
10.
They retired Billy. I thought they hated Billy Martin
Yeah, but I think they had to retire him
because he died.
because he won.
Last night I was watching the Cubs and the announcer kind of made a funny thing. He was like, they're playing the Angels next week, and he goes, "Can I be honest? I forgot the Angels were a team." And I honestly did too. Like, especially without Ohtani and Trout being hurt, I have completely forgotten about the Angels, like, at all. I couldn't even tell you. I just know that Kevin Pillar is on that team.
Yeah, they're like the Washington Generals.
I don't even know who's on that team.
I just remember they have like Ward's on the team.
Mickey Moniak.
Yeah, Monty. I know a few
Joan.
guys.
Yeah, Rendon. We know Rendon. He doesn't even play. He shouldn't play baseball anymore.
They should just bring back bring back like Chuck Nagy to pitch a game.
Yeah, seriously.
So sling something.
Rico, yesterday because Smitty just mentioned that like Bryce Harper, talk about him for MVP or whatever. An MVP has never been a DH.
Yeah, it's weird.
So Ohtani is the leading guy right now who's DHing, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
that's
why
old
we're-
school. I feel like that's old school baseball.
I don't think so, though. I think it still kind of goes into it. Like Bryce Harper's playing Gold Glove, first base, and hitting these insane numbers. Where
No, I'm just saying the fact that nobody's ever selected a DH is because it's old school. People still being uppity old school baseball people.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but what DH does?
Shouldn't Edgar Martinez have won it one year?
Ortiz at one point.
I don't MVP.
I thought wasn't it where Edgar Martinez took forever to get into the Hall of Fame?
Maybe.
No, they were big on that with the Hall of Fame back in the
Yeah.
day. Did not like to do it.
Ortiz almost won
Like
it.
David Ortiz had
Yeah.
to be close.
Right?
The closest
He would be
to
the
these.
closest.
His last year, I think he was pretty close.
David Ortiz had 5 top 5 finishes, including second.
Yeah, so I think they'll always get the second, but then they're like, well, this guy's fucking playing every day in the field as well. Let's just give it to him. And I think that's what would happen with Harper if they both keep it up with him and Ohtani.
Yeah, I think it's really. I think Ohtani too. I wonder if he'll get some of the like the MVP fatigue.
Yeah, he might. Like the LeBron fatigue.
Because when he comes back and pitches,
You're basically cutting him in half.
Yeah, I didn't.
And giving him MVP.
I didn't even realize
Just nuts.
that theory until Gilbert Arenas really turned us on to that.
What?
I mean, I feel like we've seen it forever with.
He didn't want to give Jokic the third one because he would have been the worst third guy, but even though he deserved it.
Yeah, like LeBron. Also, LeBron could have got a.
I don't know.
MVP.
Arenas made good points when we talked to him.
I've heard that. People said that forever with like when Nash won it, like Kobe should have won.
Yeah.
And like LeBron should have won a bunch of them. Like I think there's been a few guys like that over that just won a bunch early and then they're like sick. I think that happens more in the NBA.
How many does LeBron have?
3?
Imagine how many times LeBron.
He should have more than 3.
I mean, in reality, he should have won almost like the whole 20 games, basically.
Yes,
for most of it.
It's also like, why would we give it to this guy again when like we can? Because then, honestly, the NBA gets boring if the same guy keeps.
Right.
Like the MVP fatigue is for.
Even though it's deserving.
Just watch next year if they have similar seasons, it's going to be like a Shea's going to get it next year, or like if Edwards goes nuts next year. Like
I kind of like
he'll
Tatum's
get it.
MVP odds.
Nah, no aura.
I don't. Now that he won a ring,
He can't even. They won't even give him
Win
MVP in the
He
finals.
couldn't get the 4 games.
I don't
5
know.
games finals.
I feel like his odds. He may have a better chance now because people may respect him more because they have a ring.
I think less because because they're like, they're going to be like his team's so good around him.
Maybe.
He had more points, rebounds, assists. They wouldn't even give him finals.
I would pretty much guarantee
because he
my
shot
nutsack
like
that he wins an
5%
MVP
worse
at
from the
some
field
point.
than Jaylen Brown.
I think Jason Tatum, without a doubt, wins an MVP at some point.
I just think the current team he has, he'd have to really go like crazy.
He was
to
like
get
in the
MVP.
conversation, Evan, until March.
Yeah, exactly. But then he wasn't.
Yeah, because Jokic went off.
But like, say this out.
But like,
I don't think
if
he
you're in the
can't,
if you're in
but-
the conversation, you probably.
I'm gonna
you
be
definitely
honest,
win
though,
one. He's
Dukes.
still 25.
Dukes, he's got. This is. In all seriousness, he's got too many other options on the team. Like, he's never going to have the numbers as, like, Jokic is the go-to guy on his team. Tatum could be the go-to, but also Jaylen Brown's going to be the go-to. Derek White can go off. The numbers are going to get skewed because you have so many options at one point.
I just disagree. If you're in the conversation by, like, March and you're in the top 5 for the odds, I think that at one point you can break through. I don't think anyone's going to look at the numbers and be like, well, he has too many good players around him.
No, I think that his numbers are going to go are never going to be as good as a Jokic that shoots way more than him and is their guy all the time. I don't think that's crazy.
I don't know. I don't think it's not that he can't win it. Like, sure, like maybe one year they could throw it to him, but I just think the way the league is kind of shaking out and the team he has right now, it's going to be tough to get coming first. Like, I think he'll come in the top 5, 10 a bunch probably over his career. But to over like a guy like Shea where he can fucking average like 33, 32 a game, and Luka can do the same, and other guys come up, I just think it's gonna be tough for him. I just don't think he's ever gonna average that many points, and just the team around him is gonna make it difficult to get awarded MVP when he just has such a better cast than all the other guys we're talking about.
Yeah,
I think that's the difference. I think that'll be what holds him from coming in like third place and getting first place.
How many times he was top 10 in scoring in the last 6 years?
He probably has been at least a few. I mean, since probably his second, third year in the league, he's probably been in the top 10, 15.
Yeah, I think the thing that helps Jokic the most than anything is the assists.
For sure.
Because he is like the points.
But see, that's why I thought Tatum should have won Finals MVP. I think everyone was just looking, like his shooting percentage was bad. But the amount of times he was getting double teamed on the drive and like making the right basketball play every time, making a great pass every time for like an easy Drew Holiday layup or a kick out for a 3. I don't think he got appreciated enough in the finals for doing that. That's why I thought he should have got Finals MVP.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The only reason I thought Jaylen Brown really deserved it at the end of the day was because I put a future on him before the conference finals.
That's a fair argument.
Yeah.
and now this is the drought of summer. It's like baseball, like it's starting to matter a little bit more. Like at least like free agent, trade deadline will spice it up a little bit. Like the NL is exciting, but it's still the dead time of baseball too. Like it's not like you don't care too much.
Well, I had that as a topic or like a conversation piece. Feel free to stretch it out. The Subway Series obviously kind of snuck. I think it snuck up on you. Is that one of the top events of the year for us, at least, that like sneaks up on you? What are some stuff in sports that sneaks up on you? I wrote down the big 3 horse races, the Maui, and the fucking and
no way the Maui sneaks up on you.
The Maui
does.
But
it sneaks up on generic. I feel like it's
the date of the Maui this year.
The 24th.
Yeah,
or
there you go. There you go.
It
You know
sneaks
it.
up on.
That's fine.
It sneaks up on generic
up on 'em.
sports
Cool.
fans.
That's different.
That's
Never
fair.
you. But the Subway Series doesn't. To me, doesn't honestly like.
I think like a random Tuesday, it did kind
I
of
think
sneak.
the horse racing
Yeah.
ones definitely.
Yes,
do.
agreed.
Those ones. I think some of the golf tournaments do on me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the reason the Maui thing, I think those are great, but the problem is it's in the midst of football. So I think, and then that partly it caters the argument because I guess that's kind of why it sneaks up on you a little bit. But it's just not like with horse racing, kind of can be like the biggest thing of the day,
Yeah.
or like where even like I know you're since like a college basketball nut, but like it's in the heart of college and pro.
Yeah, but I
football.
think it does a good job that it's during the week and on Tuesday night and Wednesday night you only have MAC games that you can.
Sure, like listen, I'll be watching.
Those are watching the.
And even they shut the MAC off on Thanksgiving Eve. There is no MAC game
Yeah,
on Thanksgiving Eve.
Bosco, I agree with you in the sense too with college basketball. You go from like the shittiest games ever, then all of a sudden it's like, holy fuck, Creighton and Gonzaga are playing on a Wednesday night.
It's like a big deal.
Yeah.
Like it's you flipping channels.
Right.
I don't know whether this is getting older.
Big
but
boxing matches sneak up on me too. I know that's gonna bother you, but like
No, that wouldn't bother me. I think even now boxing is promoted so poorly.
right.
The
boxing.
huge boxes sneak up on me. Even
Boxing
me, they
doesn't
sneak up sometimes.
up on me. It just the fight happens. You're like, oh, they fought.
Yeah, exactly. It goes past me without even
Yeah,
realizing.
Tyson Fury fought like recently. Right?
Yeah.
No, that I was gonna
I
say
didn't
Fury
even
Usyk
fucking
like
know
that.
it, and I would have
knew
loved to watch that.
I knew
Yeah.
it was happening, but it was one of those where like all of a sudden on Monday I'm like, holy shit, that fight's like this Saturday.
Yeah.
Holy
Yes,
fuck.
like those ones always pass me.
What-
What is the best sports month? 1 month you have.
Wait, what were you saying? You're an old man thing, but
I feel like the more I get older, any sort of training camp or preseason or spring training sneaks up.
Well, the footballs is always so weird because there's like OTAs and
it's
then
like
it's
now
like-
already. It's like already.
already had-
they do
Yeah.
they do rookie mini camp.
Train camps like in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Football.
Football is great. Yeah, no, that's true. Training
Even basketball, like basketball just ended, but like in
Drafts
late-
tomorrow.
late- drafts tomorrow in
The
late
only one
August.
that doesn't
they
sneak
kick
up
back
is
off.
baseball because you always usually
You're
know
looking
if
forward to
there's
warm
catches.
weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, and warm weather and stuff. But yeah, what's the best sports month?
All right, so I mean we'll go through them. We'll go through them all.
We're gonna go through all
We'll go through
12?
all 12. January is really good. I think you have
Playoffs.
playoffs. You have any NFL
College basketball's
playoffs.
in like full
College
swing.
basketball's in full swing. That's
NBA starting
that's
to get
good.
more.
February, same thing. You have the Super Bowl. You have college basketball in the same kind of swing. You have spring training to a degree. Like it's whatever. March is unreal for the tournament, but you don't have football.
You have nothing but that.
April, you have the Masters. You have opening day. You have the Final Four.
It's pretty good.
Hey,
You have the
I think
draft.
it's
You
the
have
most
the
overrated.
draft in April, right? Or did they move it out of April?
End of April.
End of April. You have the draft.
I'm-
May, you have the Derby. You have baseball.
Playoffs.
You have the PGA. And you have the playoffs. June, you have the finals. You have the U.S. Open.
Belmont.
June,
You have the draft. You have the Belmont.
You have 2 finals too.
2 finals. July,
July's horrible.
July and August.
Hot
bad.
dog contest.
August, bad.
And
No,
I
but no more
disagree.
Joey
Bad
Chestnut, so we're
anymore.
cooked.
Depending on
September-
the years.
September's my pick.
September, you have playoff baseball races into the playoffs for baseball.
What else happened?
Opening day for football. Opening day for college football.
I think it's September.
I think it's September.
I think there's a decent argument for October too.
I think you get the FedEx playoff too.
And the NBA starts in October.
'Cause that's why October. You have like you're in full football.
People say October for this
You have-
answer a lot. October gets a lot of respect.
You have basically the World Series is like first week, like beginning of it.
Well, the end.
Or yeah,
Middle
that's
to
the
end,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like September. Because
You also have all of
September-
baseball playoffs really in October. That whole month of baseball playoffs into the World Series.
That's what I'm saying. You have
Yeah.
you have the playoffs. You also have
You have college, big time rivalries. You have the
oh
NFL.
no, the thing that I like about October over September is that you start in October. You start getting the midweek college football. Like now, even it's not even just the MAC anymore. Like Conference USA is taking over like Tuesdays and Wednesdays as well, which is huge. Like October, once October starts, you're pretty much getting football every single day, Monday to Friday, or excuse me, Monday. No, every day. You're
I
in.
don't know, I like September because it's like that's when it's college, obviously, and NFL starts.
And everybody has hope in September.
September, there's
Even
also
college.
but there's still also more hope for some of the teams fighting for the last spot in baseball.
Yes.
Which I like kind of more. Like obviously, I love the playoffs, but like that little part into the playoffs is great. And then college, like football, everything. I like September. The weather change is nice too for September.
And it's still like very nice out in September.
Yeah.
It's,
What about
it's still like
December?
summer vibes.
December is just a little too depressing of like weather.
I love December.
I think November's a good month as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're a full football. That's still you're getting football literally every single 7 days a week.
Although it's December, did December pick up a little bit now with you get the playoffs?
That the college playoff is better.
Oh, there's 8 teams now.
You get that that Saturday. You get that added Saturday.
The
I
schedule's
guess-
way better.
You get that added Saturday
And-
around Christmas.
Amazon got the Christmas Day games.
Yep.
Why are we forgetting about
No,
the NBA in-season tournament?
Netflix has them now.
Perfect. Somebody with a lot of money is giving us football.
Yeah.
I think those are better than Thanksgiving. Those Christmas Eve, Christmas Day games, I like better than Thanksgiving football. I don't know if that's like a hot take.
That's kind of
Like comparable.
It's like the same thing. I just
Yeah,
think I
to
just,
me, I
I
think
think
they're
I just like
pretty-
Christmas better.
yeah. You just like Christmas.
I like
holiday
having
better
the
than
tree
Christmas.
up watching football.
I actually like Thanksgiving better now.
Yeah, I do too. I think it depends on like the just
'Cause now
that specific year of the
you don't
games.
get anything from Christmas anymore. So it's
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm like I don't like the whole fucking.
I'm spending
I
more
appreciate
money
it.
at Christmas now.
I don't fucking like the like watching the Lions and the Cowboys. I like this like the Thursday night game, but like
Yeah, there is almost like a little bit of like the Lions and the Cowboys again.
The lines are good now.
What do you mean?
I know
They're both
I
good.
know
For a lot of years though, it was like
We're talking now.
okay.
You guys are nuts.
And also the Cowboys, like it seems like they always lose on Thanksgiving, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
They always lose a game.
Oh,
They're like
speaking
favorites in.
speaking of the Cowboys, you guys see Mike McCarthy might be getting a little upset with Jerry.
About what?
Wow, he talked back to him once.
I don't know. I saw some rumblings out there.
I didn't see that.
You know what?
He's a little frustrated
You know
about
what's
the lack
actually
of
funny?
control.
Jerry probably told him to say it.
He's like, you need to like show a little bit of back.
Oh, like we're mad at each other, then we're gonna work it out. Like it was a little fight going on.
It's like the scene in Goodfellas where he's like, "That's it, stand up for yourself, Spider. Way to be."
I mean, McCarthy should be. I mean, him just having a job, he should be thankful. They are like they just implode in these playoff games.
I'm so
should be-
this is one of the more excited I've been for NFL. I really am. I think with the draft class, I think some of the quarterback situations that have switched now, I think that like the Texans are a really fun team now, like adding some more people. I just think that there's a lot more. I think a lot of teams got better, in my opinion, and some teams got really, really bad though. That's the only problem.
I'm so in on the Bears. It's scaring me how in on the
I'm
Bears
so
I am.
opposite, and
I'm
I'm
so in on the Bears.
because of like how much they're a likable team now.
Are we all gonna pick a team to win the division and just get all in on it?
Yeah.
My pick is the Falcons.
Oh,
I'm
we're
in.
doing it now.
No, but it's
Oh, I don't. You just.
We have plenty
you
of time.
You just fucking took.
we
one.
have plenty of time, but
You
you
can have
got
'em.
you can't have no. We're all in on that one division.
Oh,
I think
one
it's
team?
got to be a bad division,
Bills.
or it's got to be a yeah. But that's like
He's not gonna go against the Bucks, you know.
It's gonna be tough for me to go
Yeah.
against my guy. What about the Titans?
okay. That's another bad
They're
division.
in the Texans division.
I know, but the
Yeah.
Titans are a team now that like
Gotta have somebody has a chance, really.
they got a chance.
I think
Over
the,
the
Ti-
Jags
I think the
and-
Titans
and
are more likely to come in
Texans?
last than they
Yeah.
are first in that division.
The Titans. You guys are sleeping on the Titans. Now you're gonna get.
No,
all the
I
Titans.
think you're sleeping
Sleeping
on
on the
the other three
Titans?
teams in the division.
Well,
I don't think you're awake on Will Levis, and I like Will, but
he's
it's
got
like
some good weapons now.
Does he? Hopkins is very good.
Texans are still the
I
Texans.
mean, Ridley was a bum last year.
Yeah, because that team was a bum.
Listen, they didn't play good.
That's where everyone's like, the Jaguars are going to bounce right back. They didn't play well.
no, but you still
I'm
have to
done
beat
with the
Texans.
Trevor Lawrence like
too,
being an
yeah.
elite until he does something.
The Texans are going to be in some Super Bowl
Let me ask
picks
you a
this year.
question.
They're gonna be
I don't
the
wanna get
sexy
into.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into Justin Herbert. Why does Trevor Lawrence get that but not? Justin
Because I think Herbert's been around less.
Beat him in that playoff game.
No, but that's why that would hurt my argument.
I'm saying Lawrence beat Herbert in that playoff game.
No, that would help my
Yeah,
argument.
he's asking why Lawrence gets like slack and
Why
why
does
Herbert
Lawrence get-
doesn't.
I know. But
I don't think Herbert's been around long enough yet. I think people.
This is his 5th year, bro.
I think people still think that's like new, like the wrapping on the
What
top
about Lawrence? Lawrence has been.
longer than 5.
I don't know.
No,
No,
Herbert. Was Herbert a year?
Herbert came in before Lawrence.
Or were they the same? Wait, hold on.
or the same. I don't think
It
it's
was
been
there
like,
1 year. Hold on, because Herbert.
I feel like Lawrence has been around way longer, dude.
Herbert went 6th overall. Tua went 5. Wait, but the draft was Lawrence because Murray and
Were they the
Herbert.
same draft?
Herbert's older
Really?
by a year.
Herbert was in school a year longer.
Sorry,
I think.
yeah. Herbert's older.
Who got drafted?
Okay, older. Who got drafted though? That's the question.
They both did.
The same year?
right?
No, they both did get drafted.
They
though.
both got drafted, right? Who got drafted first?
I'll tell you.
Phil is rubbing off on Duke.
Trevor Lawrence was the first pick.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I know when 2 of 5, Herbert's 6. I'm pretty confident in that. But I know Daniel Jones was the Murray draft
2026th overall.
And we probably would have taken Herbert if he had entered the draft
the year
that
before. Yes, that was annoying. Yeah.
There's an alternate universe.
Yeah,
with Marty
yeah.
Jr.
1 year before Justin Herbert was drafted before Trevor Lawrence.
So it's only
Rico, are you looking up or texting?
No, I was trying to look it up before you. Give it to me again.
It's only 1 year.
Justin Herbert was 2020.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence is 2021.
But it's 1 year, dude. It's not like it's like so many. And one of you is older too. Like why? But I'm not saying it's you because people are saying that. And obviously Justin Herbert's great, but like there is a lot of like I'm done with him until he does something. And is he because he's had better teams? I don't know.
Yes. Wow. Lawrence is younger than, or in terms of draft years, younger than Herbert.
I wanted to ask you guys this question. I talked to Ken Jack about
I
it.
never would have thought that.
Who would you say is the most famous football player in the world?
We've had this debate before.
Active player.
Active?
football player.
Active football player.
Well, is it besides Travis Kelce?
That's the obvious one.
Yeah.
Would you say Travis Kelce is the most famous football player in the world? Like everyone.
Not even close.
He's at superstardom now.
He's literally like we went on Busting with the Boys. There's like they got 70,000 views at like 2 in the morning.
There's only, what do you call it? There's sometimes people who don't watch football who know who he is.
Yeah.
That's when you've crossed over into.
Why would that be a good argument? Phil?
What-
Who was the argument?
Well, would you say Travis Kelce is more famous than Messi?
You-
I don't even know how we got to
football.
this.
Football. Yeah.
I don't even know how we
Go on,
got to
Meek.
this.
Very quirky.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I thought this was America.
What are the colors? Phil, 4th of July's coming up. What are the colors of the flag?
There's merch in the Barstool store, so you can
That
check
was
it
one
out.
of the worst things Phil said.
Red, white, and blue. Ends
that
not a color.
sucked.
You
That
fucking
was actually one
moron.
of
Good.
Change
Yeah,
our
that
perspective
was
on
bad.
life.
A good question.
That's what he's doing.
I mean, who is
Doing
who is
4th
more-
grade. He's doing ice cream pop jokes.
Who is more famous right now, Tom Brady or Travis Kelce?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
I disagree. I still think Tom Brady.
I think
No
it still might.
chance, guys.
It might be Tom.
Bro, this guy is going on stage in front of do you know how many millions?
Yeah, but
of
everybody,
people's-
people know him as that's Taylor Swift's boyfriend. People know Tom Brady from
Giselle.
Tom Brady
And Giselle.
and Giselle.
No.
Giselle, in terms of
Guys.
like fame, is not a patch on Taylor Swift's ass.
It's
I'm not,
call
say,
it
I'm not
close,
saying
bro.
it is. It is a
Let's
patch.
call
on
it what
the,
it is.
It is a patch on the international ass.
With Taylor Swift, I don't think so.
What are you talking about? Taylor Swift is the
She's
Taylor
full
Swift's
blown
a
into
whole
that.
It's
different
still
league.
it's still a lot it's still a lot of people and just knowing Tom Brady. Like everybody knows the Tom Brady.
Yeah,
name.
if
It's
we're
like
talking-
it's like the
it's
Michael
like-
Jordan name.
Yeah, if we're talking
Taylor's-
about foreign cheeks,
I'm saying Taylor Swift is like one of the most famous people on planet Earth right now.
She's probably not,
An argument for like towards
probably
the
like Donald Trump than her.
That's why I think Kelsey's more famous than Messi.
but we're not talking about is Taylor Swift more famous than Giselle. We're
But-
talking is
but-
Tom Brady
Right.
more
No,
famous.
but
And
all their
I'm-
fans know Travis Kelce as well. It's not Taylor.
I don't
it's
think
not
people.
Taylor
I don't
Swift's
think.
boyfriend
I don't
anymore.
think Taylor Swift's fans. Not all of them, of course. Know Travis Kelce. Like, if you were to ask what team Travis Kelce plays for to an average Taylor Swift fan,
they know.
No, they would
They
know.
absolutely
It's
know.
the guy
They
on.
know.
They put the song, the guy on the Chiefs in the song. They sing it at the concert.
I think a bunch of the
guys
Taylor
are
Swift fans know
insane.
who Tom Brady is just purely based off football. And,
Well, sure.
and the fact that they're tuning in,
well, sure, they know his
they're
name.
tuning
You
into the
guys,
fucking
listen,
halftime
I
shows
gotta be honest.
trying to.
It's not even fucking close.
I think so too. I think you're
That's
right.
wrong.
No, it's not.
I think Patriots fans getting.
It's
I'm
no,
not
it's
a Patriots fan.
This
I
isn't
think,
like
I think it's a legitimate.
he's-
objective
Tom
argument.
Brady is in like the Michael Jordan. Everybody just knows the name.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Listen. Jordan's with the sneakers. It's such a different
yeah.
thing than Brady, even in terms of like Nash. Also, basketball is so much more of like a global sport than football is. It's getting there, but basketball's been so big for longer. In terms
Shoe
of like,
alone puts him way over.
that's what I'm saying. Like he'll stand the test of time just off the shoes
You don't
alone.
even have to know who if you ever played basketball. Just know.
You have to be able to recognize him. You're just like Jordan.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Yes, it's huge, but it's. I truly don't even think it's.
Like I think nationally and even probably like Travis Kelce at this point might be probably more recognizable. to the average like human than Tom.
Jordan has shoes. Tom Brady has a workout program that half a dozen people, including Steve and Jay, took a part of.
What football team this year is going to be highly like everyone's going to be a lot of hype around them that's going to fail?
The Jets.
Yeah.
I think there's two. I also think there's another. It could be another team in that division as well.
The Bills?
No, I think the Bills are actually going to go really.
I know what you're
Dolphins?
saying. I
The
think I feel the
Dolphins?
same way. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Dolphins have their
Frauds.
Their receiving core is like awesome. It's cool. Like it's Waddle.
It's hard to sustain success in the NFL, too. They could take a drop down to like 9, like still have a good season, but drop to like 9 wins, 8 wins, and like just be left out.
100%. But I think that's what I'm saying. Like they do have. There's always like that's a team that everyone thinks is going to be.
I mean, the Dolphins. If they're not the first, if they basically aren't like the first seed or second seed, they can't make a run.
Right.
See, if they have to play in the cold, which all the teams in the AFC, besides like the Texans, basically now
Cold.
they're going to be good.
guess
They're all outdoor, cold weather places. And 2, it stands the test of time. Like a team when your best players are high-paid receivers, they never go far, ever. Name one team to me that's had like stud receivers after they got the big contracts, which they both have, that have done well. Like, I mean, the Chiefs, they won with Tyreek Hill, but that was before he got like paid.
He's
It
been
just
worth the
doesn't
money.
it just doesn't happen.
He's been worth it though for sure.
No. But I'm saying, but he's worth it.
but
But you can't spread it out enough to like. I don't think they
I
can build
agree.
a true.
I'm with you.
I'm also not the biggest Tua guy either.
I hate
So
Tua.
that's where I'm
That's
like.
why
I think
don't like
he's good, not great. I think if you even watched last year, look at their schedule. They beat the shit out of bad teams. When they play good teams, they lose. And I think that's just the kind of team they are.
I'm gonna hate my next team, and I'm there. It's a lot of hype this year. That didn't have a lot of hype. That was real good last year. Texans.
I think that
I think that there's going to be a lot more. Sophomore slumps do happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's very good, but there was no expectations whatsoever for him last year. He is already people's top like 3 to 4 quarterback. Like if you did top 5s, Stroud is in everyone's top 5.
But he's earned it.
And he earned it
probably should be.
1,000%.
Or at
Been in the
least-
playoffs.
This
A hell of a
is-
leap.
no argument. Top like 7.
I think even 7.
I'm saying like no.
what.
I think there's like no discussion. Like
Honestly,
top
5
7.
is like honestly, he's pretty much on there for me too. I'm just saying,
Saying it could happen.
definitely, there's
Definitely could. If he has an average season, that's
adding
a huge,
Diggs too. Like
if he has a slightly above average season, that's people are going to lose their minds.
yes,
Like, he needs to
gotta
stay.
be elite.
like-
Again, like I think there's a lot of pressure on him again. Like, I think he can handle it. He's been at every high stage. It's just I think that they can regress a little bit.
I mean, I don't hate the going contrarian on it because they're the team of the offseason.
Yes,
I just said they're the sexy team. They're the team everyone's picking. Like, oh, this is the team like that's gonna make the big jump. They're gonna win the Super Bowl or go to. They're the team that can with the distance on defense. They had Danielle Hunter, some guys. They had Stiggs, obviously. I mean, I was saying when you guys were in the dozen, we did some like NFL props of season. I love going big on some of these like Nico Collins props for like lead the NFL in yards, touchdowns. Like they're both over like 20-1, I think.
I don't have the.
I think he's gonna have a
schedule
massive.
I took one today. I took Bowers over 650 and a half receiving yards.
The Raiders are a team that I like this year too.
I'm just a little nervous. I like that bet. I'm just a little nervous about the guy throwing the ball.
Oh, go.
There. I love Minshew. To me, it's
Yeah,
more just
but
that they have Adams, Myers, and Mayer from last year.
Gardner
So
Minshew's
there's just a lot of
Who's
mouths.
their coach? The same guy from last year?
Antonio Pierce, baby.
Pierce.
Has to
Yeah,
be,
yeah,
yeah. Has to be
Minshew's
Pierce.
a really, really good
Has to be Pierce.
backup quarterback. When he comes into the
Oh, he
game,
is,
he's
yeah.
elite. When he starts games and everyone's doing
Yep.
some film on him, it's a little.
He did last year though, and he played pretty fucking well.
did play well.
Yeah, he's fine.
I mean, they were
Ev,
literally
I'm
like
telling you, I saw him play 2 years ago with the Eagles when he had to come in and play a couple of games, and you can tell why he's a backup quarterback.
sure. He's limited.
decision.
Yes.
He's limited.
Yes.
He's not going
Not
to
necessarily
light the world
bad
on fire.
decisions, but
I think that it's like he thinks he's got more of his talent than he does.
a little bit. He
That's
plays.
fair.
He plays on swagger,
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah, he
which
gets-
I love.
He gets drunk on swag.
Yes.
I just love the. I mean, I've said
I like him too.
I remember I predicted that the Raiders were a good fit for him. Just also, I think it's just because he just gives off such Ken Stabler vibes.
Yeah.
That he just has like the long hair, like the stash.
Before
I can picture him smoking a cig in the fucking locker room.
Yeah. Before we get into the picks, there's one team that I'm so confused on, and it's the Colts. What's your guys' thought? Like, obviously, because it's Anthony Richardson, we have no idea how he's going to be. I think he's going to be great.
He was great when he was healthy.
I'm a big Anthony Richardson guy. I like the Colts, but what's your guys' thoughts on him?
I think Shane Steichen proved last year without Richardson and with Minshew, they almost made the playoffs, that he is a very above average NFL head coach, and they'll be okay.
They signed Taylor, right?
Yes.
Like
They signed Pittman too.
Pittman as well. Pittman's fucking
Really good.
I think
unbelievable.
they'll be in the mix for the wild card.
I think so as well.
I think so too. I think they're gonna be. I can't wait to start breaking this down already. Like, I'm already excited about.
What's his MVP odds, Richardson?
I'd have to guess.
I mean, we were talking about taking a flight.
I'd have to guess at least like I'm gonna guess like 40-1.
I'm definitely taking comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
He
Did
gets
you see?
comeback in his second year?
Did you see? They basically
Injury, I guess.
they changed the wording or amended it that you can't suck anymore and come back and win Player of the Year. You have to go through some
You have to go through
adverse
Injury.
You have
It's
to
basically
die.
Oh, really?
You basically have to die.
Maybe not
Injury or
die,
like a
but-
Joe Flacco where you're almost like out of the league and like come back.
Yeah.
No, I think it said that basically Joe Flacco wouldn't have won it.
Yeah, 'cause
I thought it was more like a
him
Damar
going
Hamlin.
through
No, it's not a performative.
They shouldn't
Yeah,
limit that.
if
A
you get
comeback
hurt-
is either you come back from like again a near-death
agree with you.
experience, an injury, or you just sucked.
Yeah.
And hey, you came back. You had a good. You had a good year.
I agree with you.
came
I'm
back.
just saying it.
No, don't-
that's how
don't-
they
But
They
most
comebacks
people-
in a
most
box.
people that
highlighting
win-
the wording.
Most people that win get hurt the year before.
Right, but don't put comebacks in a box.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Yeah, put them on the back.
Perverts and fucking popsicle jokes back there. That's what I'm dealing with.
You just fucking gave an alley-oop.
Perverts.
Popsicle.
Perverts and popsicles.
Who's a team that could be like the Texans last year?
That's a good question.
Is a good
I think it's-
question.
Because there's
I think it's
always
the
a team like
Bears.
Clemmer.
I think
Clemmer.
it's the Falcons.
Yeah, but the Bears are kind of
Falcons
They have too
aren't.
much-
Like,
you think the Bears have too much
expected.
Falcons have a veteran quarterback now. That's gonna be.
The Falcons are minus odds to win the
Falcons
division,
are
so
gonna
Clemmer
be,
loves them.
I'm gonna be back to the Falcons betting on them every week because they're so fun to bet.
Yeah.
The fact. More about the Vikings.
Wearing the red throwbacks.
Hey, McCarthy. If McCarthy comes out, and it's a loaded question because it was all C.J. Stroud. So who's going to be the next C.J. Stroud next year that like didn't expect? Is there going to be
Right.
one?
Well, that's like even one injuries happen in the NFL. There's Pats are made, so you don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to say the Patriots, even though I see a vision. I'll hold back on
Well,
that.
who are the nominees that could be this year's stack?
I think the Commanders low key could.
Okay, Commanders, Vikings, Falcons, Chargers.
G-men.
The Giants.
The
Their
Giants, I
defense
do
is
think
really
so
good.
too.
And we have a weapon now.
They're saying neighbors. I've been
They're
just
saying neighbors is.
I've been basically just masturbating to neighbors. Highlights.
He looks so
you know
good.
what they've all been saying? It's so funny. They're like, just like this guy's like he's like Odell when he came in. That's what they're all saying. I love it.
He's so
The
good.
catches, some of the catches he make, they're all saying like
So,
he's
They're
different.
saying some nice things about Danny over there. They're saying
They
some
are.
nice things.
They are.
It's tough. We don't have anybody running the ball though.
No, we do.
I mean, we don't have the star
Got,
running the ball.
Was it Singletary?
Singletary.
Yeah, we don't have the star running.
He was pretty good last year. He
The
listen.
star-
He
the
ain't
star-
Saquon. I get
Star
that. but-
wasn't really doing much for us anyway. We needed other things. Smitty's been yawning at the Giants coming. You don't think they have any good chance? Their defense got very
No,
good.
their defense has been good.
I know, but they even got better with the Panthers guy. What's his name?
Brian Burns.
Brian Burns.
The Giants were like, a couple of swings away from like being.
You were playing quarterback last year.
Yeah, I know.
Literally. Like, we won games
With
you
the
at
sling.
quarterback. With the sling.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Double sling.
I'll tell you what team could absolutely fall off the map, and early could be the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah, I got dream.
I knew he was going to say it.
I had a
He's so
feeling
out
that's
on
where
the
it's going
Eagles.
to.
This fucking guy.
Why? Tough
Hey, I
schedule?
want to say, it's June
I know what he's going to
25th.
say. I know what he's going to say.
Smitty has said the Eagles could fall off the map.
I got dream team
Quick.
vibes. They're opening. It's weird. They're opening in Brazil.
I knew it was coming.
Their home
He
game is
hates
opening
that.
in Brazil against the Packers with Nick Sirianni. Like they kept Nick Sirianni after last year's collapse. They're trying to fix it with all these free agency moves. Like it just they don't have an easy schedule. They could start out like 1-3, and all of a sudden like shit's hitting the fan.
Got no-
Yeah, it would be a shame.
Got no Senna.
What a shame.
Would be a big shame, Rico.
What about the Packers? You think they could fall off more? Like,
Oh, I think they're on the
I think
rise.
they're on the rise.
I kind of think they are too, especially all the young receivers they have. They're in a nice little window here where I think their defense is actually it's like getting better. Love played great, especially the last like 3 quarters of the season. They have a bunch of young like low paid receivers that are like just getting better each week. I think they're all. I mean, from Watson to Dobbs to like Wicks was good last year. Melton, like they got a bunch of young guys that they can throw to, that they can kind of all develop together. And I think LaFleur has gotten shit for some of his like the one with Brady. They lose that game, like he doesn't go for it on 4th and 9. He kicks the field goal. But I still think he's a very good coach. I mean, they went far like every year he's been there. They obviously switched from Rodgers. They still have success within 2 years. So I think the Packers obviously got a lot going for them.
Yeah, we're getting back into the swing of things.
Well, the problem that division, especially if McCarthy does work out, that and the Bears are improved, that division can become a gauntlet too.
What if Sam Darnold doesn't give up the job?
Yeah, that's
He
a
might
big
not.
division.
Sam Darnold low key might like keep that
I'm
job.
a Sam Darnold fan.
Where is Darnold now?
Vikings, and he has weapons.
He's got Justin Jefferson.
Addison's really good. Hawkinson really good.
Hawkinson.
Also, we could
Good,
talk about
two very good
we
tackles.
can talk about it tomorrow, but supposedly Ayuk wants to go to the Commanders.
I
Okay.
saw the thing. He was what is he FaceTiming Jane Daniels? I saw.
Jaden Daniels
Was in like the
being
same room as him. I have one question before you guys do picks because I was just looking at the odds. Who's finishing last in the AFC North?
Browns.
Dude, that AFC North is.
Can you get plus odds on the Steelers?
They're coming last place.
I actually.
That's like by the odds,
I
like-
think the Steelers are gonna be.
So the Steelers are picked to be last in that division.
Plus 850, plus 600 for the Browns. Then it's like
Yeah,
plus
it's
145.
weird.
plus
I just
105.
feel like the Steelers, that's the bet, but they don't finish last.
Wilson stinks, man. Don't let his numbers fool you. He's a
Bosco, I kind of agree with you.
don't let the he's been a
Something
paper
happens where
tiger.
the Steelers just don't finish last, though. You
They're
know what I
gonna
mean?
be good. They're gonna be good.
See, that's
if
the
they put
reason
in
I don't
Fields, maybe they'll be better.
think so. I think that everyone's kind of like, oh, they should be good. They got Russ. Russ is on the comeback. I weirdly think they're going to finish like 7-9, not be that bad, not be that good, but somehow finish last.
I said the Browns are plus like 150 to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win the division because the Ravens are just so good. The Bengals should be with Burrow healthy. They should be much better. But yeah, I think the Browns. I mean, their offensive line and defense. That's a formula where like that team like almost can't be bad unless they
Right.
have like a bunch of injuries.
Right.
Like when you're that dominant, on
Or just
defense,
all the breaks
you can
go.
just- and you can run the ball even when Chubb's hurt. They're still pounding the rock.
Or all the breaks go against them, though, where they lose like 7 close one possession.
Sure. But I just think like I was almost surprised to see that number.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it'd be like a pick 'em at worst. When I saw plus 150 to even be like just a wild card team.
This is wild. Steelers are plus 185 to make the playoff. It makes sense. They're kind
Make
of
the
saying that
playoffs, but
there's a
yeah.
good chance there's 3 teams from the AFC.
Well, I mean, I
North
bet
again.
their win total is probably like 7 or 8.5, probably 8.5.
Yeah,
Jets missed the playoffs plus 135.
I like that.
You call Russell Wilson a bum last year. Like, yes, he's not as good as he was, and I think even when he was good, he was overrated. He did not have a bad year.
Oh, he's reliable.
I think
He
he's,
did not have a bad year
I think
at
he's,
all.
I think
last
he's a
year.
paper tiger right
He's
now.
gonna be good this year.
Like they even talked about with Peyton how like he would he basically just let him like he would only throw screens and deep balls. He had no faith in him to go over the middle, no faith in him to really make like those hard like back shoulder throws, fade stuff like that.
Yeah, but he did
Broncos-
extend plays
Broncos
like
weren't
no
bad.
other and make plays.
I think the Steelers have a really good defense, which will keep him in a lot of games as
Yeah.
well. And then I think that with he's got like who's their number 1 receiver this year?
Who? Steelers? Pickens. And then Freiermuth.
Who's legit?
Freiermuth
Pickens is a
nice, a nice like security blanket guy. Like their backfield's good.
I'll say something good about Michigan guy. They drafted Roman Wilson. I think he's gonna fit very well with their team.
You know what? You know what the Steelers should do?
3rd round, yeah. I think he's gonna be like a very good like slot receiver for them. That has he's versatile, but I think he'll play in the slot with Pickens being on the outside more.
You know,
I think he's gonna fill in for
actually
for Deontay
pretty good.
Johnson like very nicely. I think
Yeah.
he's more of a steal. Like Deontay Johnson, the guy that's like getting out of the way of blocks. Like Roman Wilson wants to like take your head off,
Oh, that's a good pick.
and he's a legit athlete.
I would have so much more faith in the Steelers winning and like win well if they announced Justin Fields was not only the starter, but they were just gonna run him.
There's already
Like,
reports about they had said that like they might add him into the like
No, I'm not even talking about I'm talking about like
They
the last.
walked that back.
Yeah.
Already.
They're already walking back that he hasn't looked good. Like I think they're already like making sure that Russell Wilson's going to be there.
No, they told him when they made the move, like, Wilson's the guy, like, you're the back.
Yeah.
That's fine, but I'm saying like Justin Fields playing like he did the second half of the
Got
past
upside.
2 years, where they just let him run loose and occasionally throw the ball. Like that's tough to beat.
He's got upside.
It just is.
Especially especially how good their defense
Oh
is.
yeah, is it sustainable? Fuck no.
Probably
But
not.
it's tough to, like for a 1-game scenario at any time. That's tough to beat.
Is Caleb Williams just the no matter what rookie of the year?
I think it'd be hard for him not to be. If he's who we think he is, like who everyone thinks he is.
I'm rooting for my guy,
I mean,
Bo.
just the level of like
Same.
for who for Bo.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo's great out there. Actually, you know who's
He's not
going
even
to
gonna get the chance.
He's not
Bust
even
of
going to
the
start.
mo-
Zach Wilson's going to be elite. Comeback
Bo
player of the
Nix.
year. Zach
can't.
Wilson.
He
Hey,
can't.
He
He
didn't
can't.
get hurt.
He can't.
Well, he kind of.
He had a broken heart.
There might be something with the Jets. Yeah, like the Jets fucked you so bad.
That would be.
There's an asterisk. There's an asterisk.
If you're
It
good
was on the
after-
Jets.
Yeah, if you're
No,
good after
no
the
rules
Jets-
above apply to Jets players. Yeah.
Actually, it would be hilarious if just Wilson and Darnold just went nuts. This
No,
season.
It would be hilarious.
So funny.
I'm not kidding. I think Sam Darnold could be good.
I do too.
I do too.
He's never been surrounded by talent.
Well,
like
no,
this.
even the third
he was-
part of that
he
story,
came in
Ev,
against
it would be
49ers.
hilarious. Is the Packers win the Super Bowl, Wilson and Darnold go
the trifecta. of
trifecta
Jets.
of Jets.
That
just fucking
shitstorm.
Shitstorm. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go picks, Marty.
I'm going with the Yankees -1.5. Obviously, Garrett Cole on the mound. I'm going to stay up until 2 in the morning and watch the Cubs blow it in the 9th, but I'm going to take them again. Phillies -135. Why not? I don't know what the lines are saying. I mean, Scooble's good, but
Scooble's very
so
good.
is fucking Ranger Suarez.
Ranger Schwartz is great.
I mean,
Scooble's great. I mean, it's this
course.
game is a 2 Cy Young winners potentially.
Yeah.
yeah, but like again, I get the Phillies at -135 against it's Cy Young winner, but it's also against the Tigers that don't have MVPs on their team.
It's almost like there's a better play for this game.
What's that?
The under 7.5.
That almost seems too obvious.
I almost.
I'm gonna go with the Pirates against the Reds, and then I'm going to go with the Athletics against the Angels.
Yeah, I'm on the Red Sox -125. I'm on the Royals -1.5. I believe it's -105. And give me the Brewers money line -115.
Smitty.
Phillies Tigers under 7.5, as well as no runs first inning. Ranger Suarez. Scooble had an awful start last time he was out. He's going to bounce back at home for sure. And I also had an over 9 for the Dodgers White Sox and Dodgers team total over. If the White Sox aren't pitching Crochet, God help them.
I got the Mets. I got the Mets tonight. A big spot. I got the Mets, and we got the hit parade. Myself, Ev, and Megan making money. It's Simeon, Lindor, and Verdugo.
I have a pick: Jeff McNeil home run +750, and he hits Garrett Cole for his 4th home run of the season.
Wow. All right. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that legit, dudes? Okay.
All right. That is Pick Central. Yak up next.